Hello and welcome back to FPS Creator Classics, where we take a look at interesting and original games developed in FPS Creator. Today we're taking a look at Fate, Outpost November, which is a sci-fi horror shooter which was released in 2010, made by PW Productions. So Fate was a game that PW Productions was making in 2010, and this demo, Outpost November, was the first of two proposed demos which were designed to show off the environments, atmosphere and gameplay that the full game, Fate, would have on release. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is the only one of those two demos that ever was released, and the full game itself, as with so many FPSC projects, just sort of died a death for whatever reason. So yeah, this is all we have. The backstory of this game is your fairly standard sort of it's a sci-fi game set slightly in the future. There's a big multinational company that's been trying to genetically alter humans. It's gone wrong. They created a virus. It's been released onto a ship. I'm getting sort of lots of these FPSC games, lots of indie games, I think, kind of rely on these basic tropes. It's a tried and tested story method. So I'm expecting zombies. I understand we're on some kind of sort of, as I say, it's an outpost. I think it's like a space station type thing, maybe a sci-fi ship. I don't really know a huge amount going in. But yeah, so I think really the best thing to do is just to dive straight in. Just before we do that, it has a launcher app. You have to launch with that rather than the exe file. And in here, you've got a number of different settings. I have found that I've had some issues with these settings. I can only set it as high as 1680 by 1050. It won't go up to my native res of 1920 by 1080. And also the texture quality. I can only set it as high as medium. If I set it to high, the game crashes. So yeah, I've tried going into the setup and playing around with some things. Didn't work. So I'm just going to stick with these settings for now. It's as good as I'm going to be able to get it. So I apologize in advance for the slight up-resing of this episode. So let's jump in and take a look at this game. So immediately some creepy music, sci-fi fonts. I'm guessing new data must mean new game. Yep, initializing. Quite grungy background. So I'm wondering if we're going to get a kind of a decrepit facility, maybe something abandoned. I like trying to guess the style of the game we're going to get from the artwork that kind of packages it. Okay. Can hear some breathing in my left ear very loudly. Oh, that's the other thing I should note is that, we're on this space station or in this outpost, and there's very little oxygen, so our character has breathing apparatus on, so that's why you can hear that noise. We're basically wearing a mask of some kind, and you can actually see they've done a custom HUD to signify that. So yeah, got some cool kind of grungy sci-fi looking segments and stuff over here. Okay, some creepy sound effects. Okay, so I'm just noticing that having a few problems with my cursor. Actually, it's drifting off onto the second monitor as I'm playing this. Hopefully that won't be an issue. The levels look reasonably detailed. Some creepy noises. Okay. Do you ever get the feeling you're being watched? Something about this game, just in particular, just makes me feel like I'm being watched. Knew it. Knew there was something behind me. Okay. Okay, that particular enemy didn't have a texture. It was just totally black. I don't know whether that was... Or does it have a texture? It's really difficult to tell. I think I can just about pick out some detail on there. It's so dimly lit that it's really dark compared to the rest of its surroundings. Okay, some metal scraping sounds. This is not fun. Okay, so enter does not open that door, nor does E. Oh, it's F. Okay. Good lighting. Nice and atmospheric. And a lot of fog as well. Wait, what? Ah! God. That is the first time an FPSC game has genuinely scared me. Okay. What? Well, what am I supposed to do now? I'm all out of ammo. Oh, come on. The wrench did nothing. Combat pipe wrench, allegedly. The enemies in FPSC are not smart. But when they just kind of appear and walk towards you, off. This wrench does nothing. I really need some ammo. Also, the movement speed is so slow. It's like I can't get anywhere. I don't know where all these assets came from, but they're very cool. Not your typical stock assets that came with FPSC. There's some shelving back there. I wonder if there's some ammo. Probably can't get to it even if there is. No, I'm not getting in there. What's that weird noise? It's like... I suspect we're going to die because I don't have any ammo. I'm pretty sure the instruction was to conserve ammo as much as possible, and I did not. I just literally ran straight in and unloaded, and yeah. But at least we can admire the nice environment design. Some interesting... You know, I always go on about architecture in these things. Some interesting architecture going on here. Different shapes, different forms. Breaks it up a little bit. Makes it look a little less boxy. We have some health. Okay, and that was a switch to open a door. It's a shame this game never saw the light of day, because I think I can already see that there was some good potential. Okay, well there you go. So that was Outpost November. Very short game. Scared the bejesus out of me, if I'm honest. But very well put together. Yeah, really nice placement of entities. And yeah, really good art direction. It reminds me, loads of people have said this, it reminds me a lot of some of Wolf's games. And I think it's possibly that sort of grungy sci-fi feel. Apparently the developer did not have any inspiration from Wolf or kind of anything like that. It just, they both happen to like grungy sci-fi aesthetics. Yeah, creepy sounds, not all of which I think necessarily fit the atmosphere it was trying to portray, but that's just a personal point of view. It was good to see some custom menus, custom music, custom artwork, and yeah, the enemies, well, I mean, yeah, kind of cheap tricks with them popping up behind you and stuff. I feel like that kind of, you know, that makes me feel cheated as a player, because there was nothing I could do to actually combat those. I just had to get hurt to notice they were there and then turn around and get inevitably killed by them. So yeah, a short game this time, but yeah, nonetheless, a good game. So thanks for joining me for this one, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.